Tokyo moves fast, but in Japanese gardens and life, what's not there is just as important as what is. That's the Japanese word ma, the space between things. Come with me as I explore the streets and gardens of Ebisu, and as I look at how this concept can help me be more productive. You can notice ma in your everyday. Think about music or paintings or conversations. In music, it's the silence. In paintings, it's the empty space. And in conversations, it's the pauses. They're each important to the structure of it all. In Japanese gardens, they use space intentionally, and productivity works the same way. Without it, then focus begins to disappear. Take this atrium within this apartment complex. It's a purposeful open space meant to provide balance with apartment life and the outdoors. Besides an artistic quiet space, people can determine the weather, families can spend time together, and visitors have a space to calmly wait for friends. In order for me to stay productive and focused in such a fast-paced city, I take breaks at cafes very often. It's a way for me to become refreshed, rejuvenated, get my mind off of things for a little bit before I get right back into the action. I don't just cram information. I give my mind space to absorb. Space guides forward movement, contrary to what many think. Most feel that taking breaks from your work or project is just being distracted or lazy. But when being purposeful, it's actually a boost in productivity because it keeps you aligned and turned on to work rather than burnt out. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, taking a step back, finding some space for myself is a way for my creative energy to start flowing again. It's a way to prevent myself from being burnt out. It's a way for me to put everything in perspective so that whenever I get back to whether that's work, my hobbies, whatever I want to be focused on and be productive in, I can get to it with new energy. Taking walks, sitting in silence, or even staring at gardens are all ways for new ideas to grow. Something I've learned from Zen that I apply to my life is instead of forcing focus, I allow space between all of the tasks. In a city that rushes, we forget that stillness is part of movement. Japanese gardens and life teach us that space isn't empty. It's where meaning happens. Productivity using ma looks like having a concrete plan for intentional pauses, knowing what energizes you, whether that's walking, arts, music, or journaling, and return to work with a refreshed mind and repeat this process. If you're planning a trip to Tokyo, you can download my bookmarks on Google Maps. This is the best way to know where to find these shrines or discover some cafes, restaurants, and bars that I recommend. I'll be making more of these bookmarks as I explore more of Tokyo, so be sure to subscribe and like this video to get all the insights from a local. And if you want to see more gardens and lifestyle in Japan, then watch this video next.